What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to break down the 5 key Tinder strategies that you need to utilize to crush online dating in 2022. So it's no secret that online dating gets more and more competitive every year. Just having a decent profile in most cities, especially in the US, is not good enough anymore. You have to utilize some important strategies. And the first one is being polarizing. So just being your average guy, again, is going to get a lot of girls to be like, whatever, let's see what else is out there, because that's boring, right? You have to be polarizing. Not so polarizing that you get banned off the app, right? Because you can, put up a lot of, sexual memes and say super sexual shit, and you're very polarizing, but because we live in a PC world, you're going to get banned, right? So you have to walk that fine balance. So how am I personally doing this? So if we pop open my Tinder profile, you can see that my first photo is a shirtless selfie, right? That's quite personal, that's quite, polarizing in of itself. Now, of course, if you're not in good shape, then you can't do that. Now, I always play around between having that first or second, but the point is I have a pretty sexual photo that's right up there, and a shirtless selfie will fly for Tinder and for Hinge. It won't work for Bumble. The second thing that I'm using, I got a new photo. This is my third one, is me wearing all black, holding a pair of handcuffs. This idea came from Andy from Kill Your Inner Loser, but also it's quite a sexual photo, right? So again, if I go any more sexual in this, that risk getting banned off the app, but this so far is okay. Also, in the bio, what am I doing? Well, one, I have my job set as sexologist. So that's quite polarizing in of itself. Girls can be like, what's a sexologist? I'm curious, right? There might be guys who are better looking than me that, they see, but they're not polarizing. They're like, you know what? I'm going to go for the guy that's more exciting. Another thing is I have this line that says, blindfolds are much more fun than turning the lights off. So it's a nice little sexual innuendo. I have dominant in here, I have BDSM, and weakness is great ass and access. So there's a lot of hooks in my profile, right? And that's essential. You need to have some kind of polarization, because otherwise you're just going to get lost in a sea of people. So that is going to be strategy number 1. Find some level of polarization that will not get you banned off the app, that is congruent to you, that you can use. Number 2, and this is also non-negotiable, you have to run high volume. There's no way that you can crush online dating as a man in America if you're running low volume. It's just not going to happen. The fact of the matter is, and a lot of dating coaches talk about this, but something like less than 10% of your matches will lead to actual dates. The majority of the girls you match with, over 90%, you will not meet up with, right? And that may seem depressing, but if you're running high volume, then who gives a shit? If you're matching with 50 girls a day, who cares that 90% of those flake? That's still several girls a day that you get to meet up with, right? So running high volume is essential, and there's no way around. That's why, again, you have to optimize your profile in order so that you can get those matches. Hey, if you guys are finding value in this video, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. Seriously, guys, just hit the subscribe button below. Strategy number 3 is diversify amongst different dating apps. So the days where you can just be on one dating app and that's it, right? Just let me pick this one, I'll stick to this one. That doesn't work anymore. You have to get on different dating apps. You have to diversify, because there's some chicks who are on Bumble who are not on Tinder. There's some chicks who are on Hinge who are not on Bumble. So the apps that I personally like to use are Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge. I consider those the big 3. There are some other interesting options out there like Facebook dating and JSwipe. I've talked about in other videos. You can see the video here, but you can see that you have to get on more than one app. It's essential. Number 4 is shamelessly use my dog, right? Now, this is a strategy that might not work for you if you don't have a dog, but you know what you can do in that situation? You can use your friend's dog, right? So I've seen multiple people who just take pictures of my dog Rhaegar and then they plug him, in their profile, right? And when the girl asks them, they're like, oh, it's my friend's dog, It's a little bit, on the, I don't know, let's just say exaggeration end of the spectrum, but, it is a strategy. So girls love dog pics. So if you have a dog, or even better, if you have, not even better, but if you have a friend, you have a family member, or anyone that that has a dog, you take a picture of that dog, that's a good idea. And quite often when I'm texting girls, I'll utilize this as well. So when I move things over to text, I usually say, hey, how's it going? The girl will be like, oh, good. How about you? I'll be like, good. Just hanging out with this guy. And then I'll send her a cute picture of my dog, right? It's a good way of hooking the girl and getting her attention. She'll be like, oh my God, how cute. I'll be like, thanks. He says he's excited to meet you. So that's a really good way to transition. So if you can, utilize dog pics to your advantage. Not dick pics, dog pics. And the last one is hire a virtual assistant, right? So if you're running high volume, right, it's going to be a lot of work to keep up with it all. So people often ask me, well, how do you find the time? I don't. I hire people to do the messaging for me. So what you got to do is you invest a little time, you teach them the strategies that you're using, right? Okay, like I want you to message like this, like this, like this, and you have them do most of the groundwork for you. So typically what I'll do is I'll have them do everything on the app, So, and then once it gets over to the point where the girl agrees to meet up, switches things over to text, then I do the rest of the texting, right? So they do a lot of the work up front for me, and I take over when it gets a little bit more advanced. When it's over text, usually that's when concerns and objections will come out. So I think that, you know, if you're running high volume, right, having a personal assistant, again, you can hire someone in the Philippines or in India for like $1 an hour, something super cheap, can be very essential, especially because you want to make the best use of your time. All right, hopefully you guys found this video valuable. And I think the last strategy, which is essential for crushing online dating in 2022, is subscribing to this channel, because we're going to be dropping the latest practical, no bullshit strategies for you guys to use. So make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and click the bell for notification. Let us know in the comments what Tinder strategies that you're personally using and which one of these resonates with you the most. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time.